What's up, everyone? I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend, been enjoying the good weather, although it's been quite overcast where I live, but still uncomfortably warm. As always, I would love to know your thoughts on whatever it is I speak about in the video. Let me know in the comments section what you think. Drop a like on the video, and of course, please do hit that subscribe button as well. Lots has gone on since we've last spoke, even though it's only been a couple of days, but I'm going to get straight into it. Right, Raheem Sterling, as I'm sure you're aware, he has joined Chelsea from Manchester City in a deal, I believe, worth around 55 million, all told. But it has started to break over the past few days that Liverpool were the club that he wanted to rejoin after leaving Manchester City, but Liverpool turned down the opportunity to re-sign Raheem Sterling. And I know from the comment sections when we've spoken about Sterling before that there is still a lot of animosity from a lot of my fellow Reds towards Raheem Sterling. I've always kind of been a little bit more understanding of the situation when he left because, well, we weren't where we are now when Raheem Sterling left, and he wasn't getting on with Brendan Rodgers apparently. But he has moved to Chelsea. But I just want to know your thoughts on the fact that Raheem Sterling wanted to come back to Liverpool. If it had have worked out, if Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool decided that Raheem Sterling at 27 years of age would have been worth the risk for 55 million, would you have been happy? Be honest now, I don't mind either way because it hasn't happened. He's a Chelsea player, but it is an interesting one to know that he still has that affection for the club, which I'm not shocked actually to hear, because most players that are at Liverpool do enjoy the experience of being here. And to be fair to Raheem Sterling, he's had quite a good career, hasn't he? You know, he's gone from QPR to Liverpool, Liverpool to Manchester City, Manchester City on to Chelsea now, which kind of brings him back to London, the area he grew up in. So let me know your thoughts on the move to Chelsea, and let me know your thoughts on the link with him back to Liverpool before that move came about. Diogo Jota. So we know Diogo Jota has a hamstring injury, and we've been telling you guys about that over the past week or so. He picked it up on international duty with Portugal, but it is going to rule him out a little bit longer, it looks like. But on Diogo Jota, it's not all bad news. So as we know, lots of Liverpool players have signed contract extensions in the past year or so. Recent examples, obviously Mohamed Salah, the most notable. Diogo Jota, as well as Joe Gomez, who's already signed, looks like he's going to be the next one to be offered improved terms at Liverpool Football Club. And when he came into the club, I think it's fair to say a lot of people thought the price was maybe a bit high, but quickly Diogo Jota showed himself as being, as Paddy likes to call him, a goal scoring merchant. I don't know how that's a bit of banter or whatever, but to me, a goal scoring merchant, no problem. I'll happily have one. But to me, I've loved Diogo Jota at the club. If anything, and I've said this on our streams a couple of times, I think he may have overachieved when he first started at Liverpool. And now when he's kind of tailed off a little bit with his goal scoring return, people are kind of saying that he's starting to flop. I just think that it's kind of leveling out, and I've no doubts about Diogo Jota's ability. There are some things he still needs to work on, but he is coming into his prime years now. He's 25, 26 years of age. I think he's a great player to have in as backup and gives us another option through the centre. Yes, we have Bobby Firmino. Yes, of course, we have Darwin, but we also have Diogo Jota, who is more than capable of stepping up and banging in a few goals. I've said it before about Diogo, but he has this amazing ability to just find space between centre backs and get on the end of crosses with his head. For somebody who's not the tallest player in the Premier League by a long stretch, I think it's quite a good attribute of Diogo Jota's to have, and I'm no problem with him getting an improved contract at the club. We know that that's something that FSC like to do. They like to reward players who've had a bright start. Sometimes they come in pretty incentivized contracts, but Diogo's obviously shown enough that they're happy to extend, and I'm all for it. Next one, Matheus Nunes. This link just won't go away. There has been links to Liverpool, to Manchester City and to Chelsea for the Sporting Lisbon midfielder. I believe Pep Guardiola, when they played against Sporting Lisbon, said that he's one of the best players in the world. I don't know too much about this guy. Apparently he can play in a 6, he can play in an 8. He's going to go for around probably £45 million, something like that. And I honestly have no idea. I still don't know if Liverpool are really interested in the guy, but the links won't go away. Yes, a lot of them do seem to be coming from the Portuguese side, but maybe just keep an eye on it, because the word from the club is that our transfer business is done. That's been the word since Darwin Núñez came in, and yeah, I don't know is the honest answer. I think part of us all wants to believe it because we think we need a midfielder. In fact, look, we do need a midfielder. I don't think we think we need a midfielder. We do, but Jurgen Klopp keeps reiterating that he thinks that he has enough. Now, maybe the little knockback to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain might make Jurgen Klopp second guess himself and think that with Jimmy Milner getting on a bit, Henderson having picked up injuries, maybe something like this would be worth a punt. I don't know. I've been really impressed with Tyler Morton in pre-season, and if we're going to look to bring somebody through who can play in a 6 and an 8, I think we could probably do a lot worse than give Tyler Morton a few more run outs this season and see how he develops. Next bit of news I have for you guys is that The Athletic have reported that Liverpool are one of a host of Premier League and European clubs interested in Lille midfielder Amadou Onana. Now, from the bit of research I've done on this player over the last few days, in my opinion, West Ham are the most likely club and they're the one pushing hardest to sign the guy from Lille. Again, a player that I have to be honest and say I don't know too much about. I have very limited knowledge of French football, and for me to sit here and tell you guys I've been following Amadou Onana's career would be lies. So again, I'm reaching out to you guys. Let me know, what do you think of this guy? Would he be good enough for Liverpool? Certainly there's enough clubs knocking around being interested in him from England and elsewhere in Europe. So yeah, let me know what you think. Of the two, if I had to off my good instinct and what I've looked around, I'd probably prefer us to get Nunes, or Nunes, I think it's pronounced the Portuguese way. But I've got no idea about Onana. It is a link that's been doing the rounds for the past day or so. So I said I'd give it a little bit of a whirl and bring it to you guys and see what you think. Now, I've left the best news to last. Maybe it isn't the best news, but it's news. Unfortunately, folks, we are about to lose another club icon. Divock Origi is only out the door. Sadio Mane is just gone, and we're thinking to ourselves, surely it can't get any worse. Brace yourselves, sit down. If you're having a drink, put it down. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the sad news that Liverpool have agreed a fee with Rangers for the sale of iconic club centre-back Ben Davies for a fee of £4 million. Ben Davies, obviously renowned for the fact that he's never played a competitive game for Liverpool. But we have got £4 million for him, which is a profit. Bit of an ironic twist to this, because before Liverpool signed Ben Davies, he was nailed on to join Celtic. I think he was going to sign a pre-contract agreement in that January window to join Celtic for free at the end of that season. Liverpool swooped in, signed him, and I was going to say the rest is history, but there hasn't really been too much history, has there? It is what it is, really. £4 million. Look, it'll free up another place in the squad. And look, I don't think it's going to mean that we're going to bring in another centre-back or anything like that. I think we're more than covered now with the fact that Joe Gomez has signed his new deal, and the fact that Joel Matip's been able to get a good run of fitness, the fact that Virgil van Dijk, and of course Ibrahima Konate has stepped up massively. He's really impressed me so far in pre-season, actually, Konate. The next game for the Reds, by the way, is on Thursday against Leipzig in Germany, and then the Reds follow that up with a week-long training camp in Austria as we build up to the start of the season. Then obviously the Charity Shield against Manchester City at the King Power Stadium. The day after that, the Reds play Strasbourg as well. So that's pretty much all I have for you tonight, my friends, with the latest Anfield Agenda news roundup. I will be live every night this week at 8:30 over on our Twitch channel. We'll also be doing a watch along of that game on Thursday as well if you want to join us for that. The link is in the description. Thank you for your time as always. Do hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and I look forward to chatting with you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.